What's going on, guys? Right, today we're going to do a screenshot analysis of up-and-coming Dead Island Riptide. Of course you've heard about it. It's going to be big. We're going to just look at the different screenshots that have been released and just tell you what's going on, I guess.
Yeah, that's all there is to it, really.
So, first up on the list, cover photo. We've all got to have it. Essentially, you can tell it's the American one because there's no one on a noose.
Yeah, that's true. The last one, it was banned in the US because of the news.
Noose?
Yes, the news.
Junk, shells, watery, beach.
Palm tree?
No, Riptide stuff.
Yeah.
Blood. Blood's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Right. Moving swiftly on.
There's a boat!
Big thing. Big changes. Boat.
Yes.
What else can we say?
Well,
boat,
new transport mechanics.
Yeah, and a lot more water.
And there's a floater.
Floaters are returning. Obviously, there's old zombie types, new zombie types. We're going to see some of them later on. Guns.
Yes.
Seeing a lot of guns in the screenshots.
We are. We're also seeing Xian pushing off another zombie that's trying to pull people out of the boat as well, which is one of the new mechanics that they added to try
as well as Sam B lifting Logan up.
Yeah, so that's going to be another thing. I wonder what would happen if you get downed in water.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Perhaps new interaction between characters, specifically in water.
Give him like a life ring. Throw one out the boat. Like,
or just chuck with tyre. Just tires work just as well. Right, swiftly on.
Oh, floating zombie.
Yeah, one floating on a box. This looks more like artwork than actual
screenshot. Yeah, I
game
suppose it could be a
mechanic.
screenshot. There is an explosive barrel to the left.
No, what I'm looking at is in the trees.
Oh,
nice
yes,
little walkway.
The canopy.
Obviously, new environments. That's a big thing. We all knew that was coming.
Yeah, the jungle. At least the jungle's from back. That means butchers as well. Butchers are cool.
Butchers are very cool, especially when you hit them with a car.
Or Deathstalkers at Demise.
That's no. Anyway, again.
Logan
with a gun. See,
raped.
more guns.
Yes, lots of guns. Backpack. He still has a backpack. Did he have a backpack in the first game?
I think we all had a backpack. Well, yeah, I think I had a backpack.
I don't think I did.
No, you didn't have a backpack. Anyway, we may be seeing backpacks if they weren't already in there. And, stuff floating in water.
You know that sign? There's like a sign with paradise written on it.
Yeah, that's just environment. That's just environment. But did zombies float in the first game?
No, I don't think we ever really hit them into water, did we? Like,
Not
they
deep
just took
water
water
anyway.
Damage and they died.
No, I know. Yeah, they did float. I do remember that when you electrocute them and make them drowned, then they start floating.
Yes.
Anyway, zombie. To be fair, I'm seeing a lot of height difference between Logan and that zombie in a small area. That means zombies are coming back to lunge, especially from water.
Yeah, he looks like he's been knocked down and he's going for the lunge.
Yeah,
or he's emerging.
Yeah, we all remember good old-fashioned zombie lunge. And again, guns, they're coming back. I say they're getting revamped. Seeing a lot of guns so far.
I'm saying there's going to be a new graphics engine because the lighting engine in this looks quite different.
The lighting does look good as well as blurring in the background.
Yeah, texture quality. Like I don't know because for stuff I can't see fire.
Yeah, Luke's on shit graphics, but the master race, we all know what they look like. Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you're running, we know what fire looks like. Yeah. Moving swiftly on. Need to stop saying that. Chain guns, shotguns, guns.
Lots of guns. Even Xian's holding a gun.
Yeah.
And helicopters.
Recently, you might have seen the alpha footage put out where this is actually described. Chain guns, don't know if we actually get to use them, but it is a mission, collect and drop mission.
I would love to be able to see those get mounted somewhere or be used as like
that's essentially what happens in the mission. I watched a little bit of it earlier. But, yeah, pistol, shotgun, weapons, I say, getting revamped. Oh, and of course we can't miss returning characters.
Just looking in the background in the truck there, it looks like there's another minigun.
That counts for 3.
That's 3 in one area, which is...
So yeah, 4 characters, all returning, but, as we all know, there is the new 5th character. What's his name? John Morgan. John Morgan, I think it is. Yeah, the unarmed specialist, Navy SEALs. That's going to be good. Where before you'd have Sam B, lovely little blunt weapons. Now you can go in fisticuffs, which was always a bit UP in the first game.
The thing is, I'm also noticing, I don't know if it's lighting artifacting or not, but if you look in the crate near Xian, there's just a random floating box. Now, that could be a lighting artifact, or it might not be a lighting artifact. I have no idea.
Next?
No, stuff with the graphics engines. Crash plane.
No, crash plane, yeah. I was still on the other one. And that does not look like a zombie I'm used to.
No, that doesn't. Does
right
it?
in the bottom right. That is different. The blood on that, let's remember, this is alpha. This is like early graphics. This is going to be much better by the time. But yeah, again, we can say new environments, new zombies. It looks like we're actually getting a little bit of randomization in the zombies. They're like
they've added more character types, really, haven't they?
Yeah,
To the
we all remember the good old fashioned zombie that appeared every single time.
That same woman.
No, I was talking about the fat one in the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
he must have been alive many times.
Yeah, all we know is again we can pick from this. We already know about the new mission type of the fortify and defend.
Yeah, the interactive environment is another thing that should be covered.
Yeah, we're getting new hubs, whereas before, like, shove the survivors in the lighthouse, they'll be fine. Now we're actually going to get to help them. Who knows if we can fail that and maybe need to find more survivors, if survivors are less special, you know?
Yeah,
if,
I'm just
if
going
they'll
to say
just come and
something
go.
else here. You know what you mentioned earlier on about the blood textures? If you look at the textures in this image in general, you'll notice there's not very many shaders, and it's only on moving entities. The shaders on the trees and all that sort of stuff, they're quite blocky, and there isn't any from the mesh. So that
Remember,
could be a pain.
folks, alpha is alpha, but it still looks better than War Z.
They do have particle effects, though. If you look at the sparkling electric
Yeah, the
wires.
sparks. Again, new environments, returning characters. Again, next one.
Yeah, I seem to just be covering all of the texture effects. Now, this looks like it's got way more shaders.
This is the big thing. Mines. Again, coming into the defense mechanism, mines, as well as a new town. Zombies, so look at that one flying, so we've obviously got some physics effects.
Could we say there's a cover system here as well? Because
yes, we cover system.
That looks like it's going to happen.
It could be a cover system, especially if they come back with punks.
Yes.
And,
yeah, that could be a whole new way to use the gun mechanics as well, couldn't it?
And can I draw your attention to Sam B?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who can tell us what he is holding, that looks like a
it looks
souped up electric crowbar.
Yeah,
now, we all remember the modifications of Dead Island, but come on, that does look pretty badass.
Yeah, and Xian, as usual, is...
shotgun, not as usual. Again, returning guns. So we're seeing more explosives and more guns. Real, weapons are getting a revamp, which, honestly, will kill game. There's nothing like knocking a zombie's head off with an old-fashioned bloody axe.
Yeah,
that is
before
the best
the guns
feeling.
were really underpowered.
Guns were underpowered, unless you got a nice headshot with a shotgun. Those are beautiful.
The detox shotgun headshot was always a fun one.
Oh, always good against punks. Weapons, in my opinion, were designed for punks. Back then, not so much zombies. It was a waste of ammo.
However, good blade was good for a punk as well.
And again, next one.
I was about to cover something else, actually. The physics engine.
Physics.
If you go back, you'll see the zombie getting thrown up into the air by the explosion.
I did mention that.
Did you cover the physics engine?
I did say there was a physics engine.
Well, I didn't pick up on that one.
Again.
Crawlers.
Right. Yeah. No. First of all, we see the torch returns, as well as that's a different gun. That is a new gun.
That's a Magnum, or it looks like something like a Magnum.
We Magnums were a thing, but that looks like a nice Magnum. I don't think we had a wooden stock Magnum. And again, big center image. Is that a floater, or is that something new? It looks like a floater with some new body effects.
Yeah,
that is what we're talking about.
The floater was never actually out of water. Wherever you went, it was always spawned in water. So this is spawned in the middle of what looks like a town. So it looks like it could be a new zombie type.
It could be, as well, or it could have wandered up from the sewers. I mean, that's a thing. Also, again, big thing, the torso.
Yeah.
They've added torsos. Is this a new zombie type, or is this what happens when you go for the legs? That's a big thing right now.
That could be true. Another thing I'm wondering is, the torch. I wonder if the other person can actually see the torch now.
Yes, as we know, the torch was only viewed by the user in the first Dead Island. A multiplayer torch would be an amazing aspect.
Yeah, that would be quite a cool addition, because when you're in the sewers and things, if you could see other people's torches, it would probably save you a lot of time.
Or Luke a lot of time. Suicides were always fun. Yes, moving on. Again, this is a big thing. Dismemberment obviously returns.
Yep, that is quite obvious.
And Xian with a weapon. Oh, but honestly, Xian being a sharp weapons expert, there must be a reason that they're actually giving guns out now.
There's some role reversal going on here because you have all the sharp weapons in most of these screenshots.
I'm a thrower, yet we haven't seen any throwing mechanics in yet. We have a nice shadow behind the door, some blood splattered environments. That's a new
lighting
one.
effects again.
Yeah, new lighting. Never noticed that. Explosive barrels are making a return. Perhaps we can see that zombie. Was that zombie there before, or have they just killed it?
Yeah,
in which case,
a lot of these look like they've just been killed.
Are we actually going to see dismembered limbs now, and are they actually going to fall over environmental objects? Is blood going to leak onto the environment?
Like earlier on with the physics engine, if they have got a bit of physics engine, it would kind of explain a lot of these things. That you wouldn't just see zombies fall over and then just like glitch with like their leg up in the air or like pulling handstands or anything. It would solve a lot of problems.
Yes, the shotgun. Weapons are actually being placed now. Why is that there? It's a zombie apocalypse, and I'm pretty sure the boat was just hurled into the water. How is that actually staying there?
Maybe Xian put it down.
That is another aspect to think about. Also, what is behind Xian? That little red thing.
That looks... I don't even know. It's like a red triangle.
Curious.
And that guy's limb is off on the floor as well with the blood texture.
I'm pretty sure I literally just said that.
I know, but I'm just thinking like...
Yes. Is blood splatting? Is it actually going to splatter around?
Because that's still the same dodgy blood texture that we saw earlier on. But it's just been revamped a bit.
Alpha is alpha. It's going to be more beautiful. Next.
Torch.
Now, is the torch actually going to have to be used now?
That looks more like a pipe with a cylinder at the end of it.
Alpha is alpha. But, again, will the torch actually have to be held now? Or will it just be this nice little random thing that you can just pull up?
Maybe you could do it with just one-handed weapons. That's maybe why.
That would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Surely that would completely, turn... Really, this game is starting to become survival.
Yeah.
It was far too easy to just get overpowered in the first game. But now, this is all new elements.
Again, lighting effects, brilliant. We've got smog. We've got smog and mist and smoke.
And we're seeing light on the zombie. Now that is bright. That is good.
Yeah, that's refracting off different parts as well. It isn't just look, it's a visible entity.
Yep. Also, staying on, more weapons, more guns.
Yes, that is true. Like looking at the types of guns, Xian appears to be holding a pistol.
Puna with a Magnum, Logan also with an assault rifle. Sandy, however, does look like he has a wooden something with like a pot on the end.
It looks a bit like an axe. Is that an axe?
It could be an axe. That does look like a axe.
It's a modded axe. It looks like a modded axe.
Could possibly be. Oh, also, look at that chain. That is a massive chain. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Massive chain.
Now this, we all know when a zombie... Oh, first of all,
that looks remarkably like an execution.
No, but it may be an execution, or is it a zombie lunging? Are we finally going to have some different animations for fighting off a lunging zombie, other than the obvious bam in the face and they fall over?
Punch them in the face. Like Xian could hold a knife and stab them. That's kind of what
if you actually look, it looks like she is holding a knife.
I think she is.
Yeah,
he's got something in his neck.
Definitely.
This could introduce hoarding. Think about what happened recently with
hordes,
us.
Yes, amazing feature I would love to see is hordes. Just randomly gets, like, zombies just hurled at you. That would be an amazing idea. But also, dude, I need to say this. Look to the right of Perna. That is the return of a suicider and a torso.
Yeah, as well as if you look in the background of all these, you can see I can probably count 3 or 4, maybe 5 more zombies coming through the grass.
Yeah, there's one on the bridge, 2 to the right of the centre zombie. I think 2 to the left of the centre zombie, 2 to the left of Perna, 3 to the left of Perna, right of Perna. Damn it! And the return of the tyre.
The return of the tyre. We haven't seen the return of the box yet, though.
Oh,
or the cinder brick.
Or the cinder block.
Whatever. It's a cinder brick.
And a watchtower. Am I the only one seeing this?
Yeah, I saw that. Lighting effects have changed again.
Yep.
Have to cover this in every one, but this has changed. There are shadows on the plants now.
Right, next in the lineup is this beautiful number. Right, first thing I want to bring to the attention is crouching. Is this an accuracy mechanic? Will guns finally have improved accuracy should you crouch?
Again, it's a very important thing to introduce these gun mechanics, because that would make guns a more viable weapon than they were before. I mean, it's only likely that adding more gun mechanics into the game would allow the use of crouching and better accuracy.
However, big cost here, crouching, reduced agility. You get swarmed, you're gonna fall.
No wonder Xian's using an axe.
Yeah. Again, to the axe, is that a execution, or has she just gotten the right side of a zombie?
Yeah, that could be true. I mean, executions were in the first game, but it was only with Oriental weapons, and it was only certain weapon types, and you only did them in a certain number of cases. But now maybe we're seeing a lot of signs of these new executions, and there's probably a few screenshots in the future that might show it.
Raining. That's my next point. Raining. Is there actually going to be some weather cycles? And even to another point, is there a night cycle here?
Oh, a day-night cycle. That would be quite impressive. I mean, we did kind of have one, but it was only quest-based, so...
Will hordes. That would be nice. Hordes on a night cycle. That would be beautiful.
Hordes would be good. I think... What's Sam B holding?
Sam B... yes.
Oh, we've got the crit zones as well. That guy got knifed in the eyeball.
Yeah, but is that the return of, or even the evolution of a throwing mechanic? Can we finally, target a specific area of a zombie? Or yes, you're a whore. Will different weapon types, such as a knife, go for, the head, whereas an axe will go straight for the chest?
With that, though, you'd have to introduce a few other mechanics. Like, for example, you wouldn't boomerang your weapon back if you got a crit zone hit.
Possibly. I would rather keep a boomerang, to be honest, but... Hey, every man to his own. Oh, there's another point. That tent.
The hazmat biohazard tent.
Is it, though? Or is it just some unlucky savages? Not savages, unlucky tourists. But again, who tours out in this kind of, area?
Weather.
Area.
I just felt like going out for a hike, and I was on my way, and I heard infected.
Then I got eaten.
And I was eaten, and I set up a tent so I wouldn't die
and
in
I
the
died
rain.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's the guy you're stabbing now.
Yeah, that guy just came out of the tent, and he was like, "Oh man, you look beautiful." And I was like, "No!"
Right, moving on. Right, first thing, the cargo container. Is this the introduction of an environmental hazard? Is that a random thing? Is that swinging randomly, or is someone actually in that crane? On another note, if there are environmental hazards, are they going to be just killing zombies, or is Logan about to get the broadside of that cargo right to the kisser?
It's also a good thing to note the executions again. Logan is doing the curb stomp. Perna looks like she's swung some sort of overhead super attack with whatever the hell that is.
Possibly, yeah. We never saw that. It was just for left-right kind of attack back in the day.
Slashy, wasn't it?
Yeah, where you'd get a nice dismemberment? Not dismemberment. You fool. It was a decapitation. That was always nice. But is this a whole new thing?
And this area might be a whole new area as well, because Banoi doesn't usually snow.
Oh, one more thing.
This isn't snow.
Look in the background between the sky. I would have said that looked like snow, but is it me, or is that just a giant wave?
Ah, that could be true. And it could be spray coming off the wave as well.
That's what I'm saying. Is this the wave? In which case, is this actually the beginning of the game? Which would also explain why the boat's at an angle and the cargo thing is moving.
Because we did hear, didn't we? The boat did actually get hit with something from the monsoon.
As we all know, the characters of the first Dead Island game, and a prisoner, as well as some random black woman with immunity. They all escaped on a helicopter. Spoilers, of course. And as you probably would know, should you read a novel or have kept up to date with the game, landed on a military boat, which was caught in the monsoon, and as cliched as it is, all the characters are now back on a different island, hence the new environments.
I have kind of a theory about how this happens, because when you look at it, all these guys look infected. So you have to think, well, they're on a boat in the middle of nowhere, so how do they get infected? It's obviously either going to be the person who was apparently immune. I don't know, maybe she wasn't immune, maybe she infected these guys. Because
think about it, her blood was actually used to create an immunity.
Yeah, that's true.
Then again, the immunity did drastically backfire.
It did. That it did. But what else could have happened here then? How could the...
It's monsoon season. Floaters.
Floaters could be true. Maybe you got attacked by this whole new zombie type. Might be something we haven't yet seen.
Oh, flying zombies. That's a bit far. Right, moving on.
We flying squirrel zombie.
Yes, of course. Anyway, new town, of course. And before you get distracted, look to the left centre of the screen, below that archway. That, my friend, looks a lot like a ram.
Or a ram's angry cousin.
It's a ram. Look at the arms, they're bound.
We do all love the ram. Maybe it's Ram 2.0. Maybe he's, like, not got any weakness.
Again, and moving on, before we get another bad joke, we have knocking down doors again.
Oh, yeah.
Always a fan favourite.
Or pulling them open.
No, that looks more like you're about to pull your shoulder into it, just like it was in the first game. I doubt you'd have to pull doors. It's much easier to knock them through. Anyway, guns returning.
More guns, more guns. Yeah.
And torso, but above the torso, look at the guy in the light blue shirt.
He looks like he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt. He isn't infected,
He is infected. He is sprinting.
He is stuck in the sprint.
Sprinting. Oh, damn. One thing I haven't mentioned of the other screenshots is look at the zombies. They're not just waddling towards us. Look, they're having different movements towards us.
Different movement patterns. They have stumbles.
Her has her arm up.
trips.
She has her arms up. That guy has like a kind of crouch going.
He's pulling a dance, that guy.
No, not that guy. The guy behind him. That guy, it looks like he's being stumbled by getting hit. Hit him in the shoulder. He goes, ugh.
Yeah, you know when the infected, like, when they were down or something, they would sprint up. They usually have that sort of animation before.
One thing, I really hope they stop making infected scream every time they do something. Like, oh, I got hit. Rah! Oh, I fell over. Rah! Oh, look, a living person. Rah!
Even
it
though
was so
infected.
easy to kill them unless they hoarded.
Yeah, which we found the rough end of the horde.
Could have been a glitch. Anyway,
Could have been a glitch. Yeah.
And do you have anything else on this?
Axing that guy's shoulder. He's fallen.
Of course.
Physics engine again, I guess. Or it could just be one of these, like...
A loot drop, yeah. Where there's just a zombie with a weapon in him, just pick it up, use it. Anyway, moving on. Oh, this. Big thing. Nice graphics, not dark anymore.
No.
We have an execution of Xian in the back.
Yes. Also, that guy grabbed me, which, yeah. So, obviously, zombies grab. Before, how many times did zombies actually grab before?
Whenever they were, like, getting up or after you'd stumbled them, they would, like, do a lunge at you. Oh, big thing. Can we now block as Logan? Is Logan demonstrating character blocking? Or can zombies now rip weapons from us? Or is this just another kind of, look, they've lunged at you, what are you going to do? Because before, they just had us and we had to punch them back. Very, very boring animation. But have they changed it?
We couldn't use our own weapons. Like, you'd be stood there, you'd get grabbed, you'd be like, oh my god, I've got a Zed's demise, what am I going to do? Oh, no, I'm going to punch it. Yeah, sure.
And, of course, Sambi is demonstrating return of the kick.
I don't think the kick could really go unless you... could you really replace the kick?
Oh, also, I would like to draw attention to what Perna is shooting. That zombie is missing his forearm, not the entire arm. Is it a new decapitation system? Is this just a randomized zombie?
Like the crit point system. Maybe certain parts of the body take different damage multipliers.
Of course. And anything else? Oh, of course. Why is Logan using an or when Xian obviously has a sword? What is this?
She's got a katana. Sambi's kicking. Perna's got an assault rifle. Logan's just like, I'm a badass. I can use an or.
Well, I am a badass. Anyway, again. Of course, big thing, right? Just to the left of the centre again, zombies are climbing. They look more like infected to me. So this could be a whole... We know infected could climb before. They could climb walls, couldn't they?
Yes, but now they seem to climb over...
fences? Barbed fence?
Chicken wire. Chicken wire fencing, whatever you want to call it.
Anyway, look between Perna and the black woman zombie. That is a dismembered forearm.
So maybe we are getting dismembered forearms.
Anyway, again, here's the new part. That headshot on that zombie.
Yeah. That's the thing at time with the crit zones again, isn't it? And it's got any blood splatter animation.
Oh, final thing for this image, I think. That guy in the right.
Yeah, the right-hand side, carrying that woman or pulling the woman. See, we couldn't really decide on whether if that guy's like still alive or if he's helping that woman, or maybe it's part of a quest, or maybe she's not fully dead. It could go on for quite a few different scenarios, to be honest, for that one. Well,
anything else on this image?
Other than lighting and shading, I can't really see anything.
This is what happened. Look, boat crash. But it is beautiful. This just goes on. Right, on a final note, this is Dead Island. It truly is quite a beautiful game. Although,
Yeah, and this is before the monsoon.
Yeah,
this is just after
but the
monsoon,
story
possibly.
in Dead Island was good. It saddened me to know the story. They didn't even give a damn when they made this one.
Yeah, they were like, well, the community were like, well, what did you remember? Oh yeah, well, I was in this car and I flipped it. There was explosions and zombies flying all over the place. And then no one remembers Jin killing her own father or dying in such a sad way.
Oh, that about wraps it up.
It's saddening.
And that is as many screenshots as we could find so far. I do believe there are actually many more. May cover them in a later edition, may not. Dead Island is not long for being released into the world. However, I would like to bring to your attention the collector's edition of Dead Island Riptide.
Oh yes, I'm gonna have to put in a screenshot of what this thing looks like.
Yes. Right. Would you pay extra? Right. Roughly 40. Is it £40 ish?
I'll check.
Extra, or your regional equivalent, or national equivalent, for a art book and a pair of plastic tits, which is essentially the English, at least the European edition of the collector's edition.
Just thought I'd add this. In America, they have the rigor mortis edition, don't they? And that just has like a bobblehead.
Yeah, they have a hula dancer bobblehead. However, we have a completely dismembered female torso.
Just shows the laws between the UK and the US.
Yeah, but we're not getting into that. No. Point being, is this just collector's edition gone too far? Is this just developers, producers, everyone just wanting to just being so out of ideas to put this in? Or is this just revolutionary? Is this what everyone wants, or is this just a little bit too far?
I'm on the bandwagon that might be a little bit
too far. Leave your comments in the comment section. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Also, just before we finish, if you want to add any comments or anything, I'm probably going to post something up on the site. I'll transcribe this as something. I'll put
the site will be in the information below, as well as anything to any personal pages. We'll put some links to the screenshots, as well as collector's edition info, and